Joining us on the phone this morning, we're going to be talking about wreaths across America. Joining us this morning is John Foshing. Good morning, John, and welcome.
Hey, good morning, Deb. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure. This is a topic very near and dear to our hearts here. Can you tell folks out there who may not be aware a little bit of information about Wreaths Across America?
Sure. Wreaths Across America is a global effort, actually, to place a wreath on the graves of fallen servicemen and women and their spouses at national cemeteries around the world. And it's Saturday, December 16th this year. Program was started in 1992, and the goal is to remember the fallen, to honor those who serve, and to teach future generations about the cost of freedom. And again, national cemeteries around the world will all hold ceremonies and wreath placements simultaneously, and we will be out at Indiantown Gap National Cemetery starting at noon.
And we have, being so close, we have a lot of local people who are interned at Indiantown Gap. So this is a subject or a topic very near and dear to hearts of people in this area. I understand that we're a little bit short this year, however, that goal.
We are. We set a very ambitious goal this year to put a wreath on every grave. Last year we were just over 15,000 wreaths, and I feel pretty confident this year that we can double that number. But we're only at about 7,000 wreaths right now, and we need about 38,000. So I'm optimistic. So we really need to put a full court press on, and I can't think of a better way for a family to bring in the season of giving than to honor those who gave all. So I invite folks to support the program and to come out and join us. We'll probably have over 3,000 volunteers, depending on weather, to help us place those wreaths. Nearly 40,000 wreaths will be needed.
John, how do folks do that? If they want to help and donate wreaths, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, it's really quite simple. They can go online. Each wreath costs $15. It's a natural wreath, pine, and they just simply go to wreathsacrossamerica.org. It's the www.wreathsacrossamerica.org, and they can page down until they order. Just get on. It's really intuitive. So they just select the Indiantown Gap National Cemetery as the location, and they go from there. Real intuitive, secured website. So that's probably the easiest way they can do it.
And it's a $15 donation per wreath?
Yes, it is.
And you can sponsor an individual wreath if you have a family member or loved one or friend interred there. Is that how does it work,
yes,
John?
You can, and we accept special requests at our cemetery. Not all cemeteries do, but when they order their wreath, they simply go into the notes section and specify that they would like a special request for us to place the wreath for them, and they simply put their loved one's name and the section and grave site location, and that they can do online as well. The other option is to request a set-aside wreath. If they're going to order a wreath and have it shipped to Indiantown Gap, we will set it aside for them so they can pick it up before the ceremony at 10 a.m. and go place that wreath themselves, and then come take part in our ceremony at noon.
Can you walk us through the ceremony? Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. It's kind of neat. All the ceremonies start simultaneously at noon. Our ceremony will feature placing of several ceremonial wreaths for each of the armed services. We have an aircraft flyover, a guest speaker, a riderless horse, and a gun salute as well. We try and keep the ceremony to half hour, 45 minutes or so, depending on the weather. And then all of the volunteers then fan out throughout the cemetery and place wreaths. And the wreath placement is really quite an experience. So once the sun starts hitting the pine and the smell wafts through the cemetery, we also have buglers who will be playing taps upon request by members placing those special request wreaths on their loved one's grave. So it's really quite an event, and I invite again, everyone is welcome. So we'd love to have the volunteers come out and help. And we really do focus on the last part of the mission. which is to teach future generations about the cost of freedom. So we have a lot of youth groups. Probably about half our volunteers are below the age of 18. So, over 1,000 youth participate with us as well.
It is a beautiful ceremony. It is a beautiful day. Can you run down details for folks one more time, John? And is there a way, if you don't have access to the internet, that you can make a donation?
Yes, there is. Actually, you can, to order online, again, go on www.wreathsacrossamerica.org. Again, www.wreathsacrossamerica.org, and then simply page down to sponsor a wreath. Select the location as Indiantown Gap National Cemetery, and then just proceed through the purchase with your credit card. If you don't have access to the internet, you can also call. It's a 1-877-385-9504. Again, that's 1-877-385-9504. And please, when you do call that number, specify Indiantown Gap National Cemetery as the location. Or if you have a loved one that's for example, at Arlington National Cemetery, you can also place your wreath order and have it shipped to any of the national cemeteries that participate in the program.
And you really need to do this before Thanksgiving.
Yes, please. That's usually the cutoff. I think the cutoff is the day after Thanksgiving this year, or a couple of days, 27th of November. So yes, we're like I said, we're in full court press, and so hopefully people can start thinking about Christmas and the holiday season before Thanksgiving.
And just as a reminder, you don't need to pre-register to actually come out on the 16th to the wreath.
No, you don't. But you can indicate your intent to attend either on our Facebook page or on the national website when you order your wreath, and we'll have a kind of an idea of how many volunteers. But estimated it's going to be a little over 3,000 this year. Again, depending on the weather. But we are a rain or shine event. We've had some snow, but we don't let it stop us. Those of us that show up will put the wreaths on, unless it's just absolutely terrible weather, in which case we'll make the call and put the word out.
Anything else before we let you go this morning, John?
No, just thank you so much for allowing me to talk about this program, which I'm very passionate about, because as a nation, I think it's a way that we can pull together, no matter who you are or what your belief system is. I think we all agree we can remember the fallen, we can honor those who serve, and we can teach future generations about the cost of freedom. So thank you so very much, Deb. I appreciate you having me on.
Well, thank you, John. Wreaths Across America, folks, we encourage you to check out that website. If you choose to donate, share it with your friends, too.
And I just looked, excuse me, we have a printout here also where you can mail a donation in. If you wanted to do that, it would be made out to all capital letters, IGNC, Memorial Council, RR2, Box 484, Indiantown Gap Road, Annville, Pennsylvania, 17003. And you can just give. You don't have to have anybody that ever served. This is one of those out and out just giving, and for a great cause. And I'm guessing that shortage is just in Pennsylvania.
That's it, that particular cemetery. Yes.
So they are needing these wreaths around the world. Great organization. Great to have John on here.